41125. You can listen to both sides of the story on the Power 106 FM app from the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, as well as on onespotmedia.com. Listeners in the USA can dial 631-359-8281 to listen. And if you're in the UK and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, you can call 0330-606-0953. You can watch both sides of the story live on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Both Sides 106. Email bothsides106@live.com. Send your WhatsApp voice notes, audio messages, and text messages to 876-365-3346. Remember, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak. So stay with us as we listen to both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
No, I was saying we all are one. Mm-hmm.
Both sides of the story.
You want to go with the other one then? You want to go to hard road to travel? Yeah, okay.
Both sides of the story. Knowledge is power. Classes in session, hour 106.
We wear the mask that grins and lies. It hides our cheeks and shades our eyes. This debt we pay to human guile. With torn and bleeding hearts we smile, and mouth with myriad subtleties. Why should the world be overwise in counting all our tears and sighs? Nay, let them only see us while we wear the mask. We smile, but oh, great Christ, our cries to thee from tortured souls arise. We sing, but on the clay is vile beneath our feet, and long the mile. But let the world dream otherwise. We wear the mask.
Trouble, the rough way to go. Said it's a hard road to travel, the rough way to go. But I can't turn back. My heart is fixed, my mind's made up. Though I'll never stop in my faith. We'll see me through. I gotta tell you, all alone. This lonesome road I roam, I've got no love. Oh, my very own. Oh, the river gets deeper, the hills get steeper, and the pain gets deeper every day. Yeah. I've got a hard road to travel, and a rough way to go. Said it's a hard road to travel, and a rough way to go. But I can't turn back. My heart is fixed, my mind's made up. Though I'll never stop in my faith, we'll see me through. One more thing, I dream of home, far where there is love, peace and joy for me. Oh, in my eyes I see troubles and danger for me, but destiny, where my destiny leads me, I must go. Yeah, yeah. I've got a hard road to travel, a rough way to go. Said it's a hard road to travel, a rough way to go. But I'm getting back, my heart is fixed, my mind's made up. Though I'll never stop, my faith will see me through. Oh, help me somebody, help me somebody. Somebody please help me right now. Somebody.
Jimmy Cliff, Hard Road to Travel. And before that, we shared with you the poem We Wear the Mask by Paul Lawrence Dunbar. And that Lawrence is spelled Laurence. It's the International Decade of Healthy Aging, the International Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, the International Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, the Decade of Action for Road Safety, and the UN International Decade of Indigenous Languages. It's the 21st day of the third month of 2024. Here in Jamaica and in the United States, the month of March is still being observed as Intellectual Disabilities Awareness Month. Also in the US, March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, Endometriosis Awareness Month, Salt Awareness Month, and Women's History Month. In the UK, March is also Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. It's World Down Syndrome Day, and it's also World Poetry Day. Some other observances in the meantime. It's the anniversary of the installation of the Sultan of Terengganu in Malaysia. Dia de Nacimiento de Benito Juárez. That's in Mexico. Human Rights Day in South Africa. Independence Day in Namibia. Mother's Day in Egypt and Syria. National Tree Planting Day in Lesotho. And Youth Day in Tunisia. It's International Day for the Elimination of Racial Discrimination. And as we said, it's World Poetry Day. It's also World Forestry Day. And I believe World Water Day is somewhere nearby, if not already here. Hoy es jueves el 21 de marzo 2024. Y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por el don de la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición de su programa, Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia. Nunca vamos a tomar su audiencia por sentado, porque sabemos que ustedes tienen otras opciones. Y esta es la razón por la cual jamás olvidamos darle las gracias por elegir Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes, desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continua para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos. C'est jeudi le 24 mars 2024 et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutez où que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie ainsi que du privilège d'être à votre service par une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre. Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme allant de soi parce que nous savons que vous avez l'embarras du choix. C'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre, du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise. Bienvenue.
Well, there is love, peace and joy for me. Oh, with my eyes I see troubles and danger for me, but destiny, where my destiny leads me, I must go. Yeah, yeah, I've got a hard road to travel.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:15.
Focus on you. Hey, family, friends, passion, joy. We're focused on you. Focus on life, focus on love, focus on health, and all the above. Imperial Optical is focused on you. Hey, Imperial Optical Jamaica, focused on you. From Tyrus.
At Barry's Hardware, they believe in quality, affordability, and value for money. We have all you need in building and hardware supplies: sand, gravel, cement, lumber, electrical and plumbing supplies, paints and conduits, wires, and more. If we don't have it, we'll source it. Barry's Hardware, 15 Chandas, Kingston 6. Telephone 927-1849 or 974-4529. On your mark. Set. The Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Athletics Championships takes place from Tuesday, March 19 to Saturday, March 23 at the National Stadium, and Power 106 FM has got you covered with all the action. Tune in to Both Sides of the Story and Power Play from Tuesday, March 19 to Friday, March 22 for updates, and the live simulcast on Saturday, March 23. Coverage of the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Athletics Championships is brought to you by Freeform Factory, Imperial Optical Jamaica, BW Investments, Wellington Dental, Barry's Hardware, Massive Used Parts, Super Value Auto Center, Coast to Coast Group of Companies, Lock Safe and Vault, Cumberland Medical, Community Meds Pharmacy, Toppeting's Hardware and Farm Store, CIWI Electrical Sales Limited, Ramsey's Auto Parts, Ricardo Stationery and Office Supplies, and Margins Pharmacy. That's coverage of the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Athletics Championships from the National Stadium during Both Sides of the Story and Power Play from Tuesday, March 19 to Friday, March 22, and the live simulcast on Saturday, March 23, right here on Power 106 FM.
In lane one. So that completes the lineup for the boys. Class 3 4x100 meters heat number 2. Record set by Calabar 2014 41.81.
This is when that whole testosterone kicks in doing next. So the jump between class 3 to class 2 and 2 to 1.
Yeah, massive. Calabar, champions at Gibson, Chet Brown and Juan Fletcher on their team. And they were 6th. St. Catherine, they have Napier on this team. Set position. And away they go. Calabar, the Gibson McCook Relay Champions. They go to work early. So does St. Catherine on the outside. With St. Catherine with the advantage at this point. Edwin Allen on the outside running well. Calabar down the back stretch. And Edwin Allen, they motor away from Calabar. Edwin Allen has opened up a sizable gap. They change first. The Gibson McCook Relay Champion in trouble. Chet Brown now on the third leg. Starts to motor to get Calabar back in the mix. He comes by Edwin Allen and Calabar. They will change first. They down the home stretch. Calabar in front of Edwin Allen. The rest of the field left for dead, and it's all Calabar. The Gibson McCook Relay Champions. They come through to take section number 2 with Edwin Allen in second. 44.11 the flash time for Calabar to take section 2.
Calabar does a good job there. In trouble for the first 2 exchanges. Edwin Allen putting them under pressure, but Chet Brown, the great equalizer, runs a heck of a third leg, puts them back into contention, and seals the win.
Hills get steeper and the pain gets deeper every day. Yeah. I've got a hard road to travel and the rough way to go. Said it's a hard road to travel and the rough.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. And you would know by now that since Tuesday, we've been carrying live coverage of the ISA Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Athletics Championship. And so that is underway. So from time to time, we will break away and go over to the National Stadium to carry particular races if we need to, if and when we need to. And in the meantime, the program continues along those lines right here on Power 106 FM. And so it's your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. And we're taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. And as we said, in between, we'll update you on what's happening at Champs, thanks to the commentary team on location inside the National Stadium. We did notice an unusually high number of text and WhatsApp messages. Yesterday, I believe it was. Yes, I think it was yesterday. And so what we want to do is just to clear those first and then get to the more current ones. So by all means, keep those messages coming in, and let's clear these messages to make way for the more current of the messages. So there something that a story that got our attention, and we'll just go straight to it for the time being, is news that there's a lethal infection from Japan spreading at high speed. Lethal infection from Japan spreading at high speed. And the story is there's a deadly infection originating from Japan that is spreading rapidly. And we should just give you the background story by WikiTree. All right, so we'll continue to monitor that particular story and see what else happens as the afternoon progresses. But for now, let's go back to the National Stadium for Champs 2024.
On the outside, Woodman's continue to lead. Herbert Morrison trying to come back. The first exchange made by Woodman's, close in the exchange, but Kingston College now, the caliber of the purple and white, they come to the front and they step away from Woodman's. Kingston College, they reign supreme in heat number 3, 43.82 the flash time for Kingston College, with Woodman's relegated to second.
Peace and joy for me. Oh, with my eyes I see it. Troubles and danger for me, but destiny, where my destiny leads me, I must go. Yeah, yeah. I've got a hard road to travel, a rough way to go. Said it's a hard road to travel, a rough way to go.
So keeping an eye on what's before us right here, but at the same time, an ear at least out for the team, the commentary team inside the National Stadium for Champs 2024. So let's also clear some of the messages we've been referencing. So this information that we also picked up online, story by WikiTree, WikiTree. And the message says, "Good evening, Dervan. This is Michael O'Connor. Both sides of my family are from Eastern St. Thomas and Eastern Portland, respectively. Your history lesson could have been deeper. Thank you for allowing me to add some more. JN and a separate group of companies were formed by Eastern Jamaica farmers. The Norman Manley Airport building was built by the late Eastern St. Thomas born Norman Patrick Salter, civil engineer extraordinaire, originally from Sunning Hill near Bath. Devastating diseases such as lethal yellowing on our coconuts, rust fungus on our bananas, and new cattle disease on our poultry. Then there was removal of subsidies in favor of cheap imports from subsidized foreign farms, box packaging of bananas, and closing of sugar factories. All adversely affected this region of Jamaica. These diseases attacked in about the early 70s. Thanks for sharing that bit of information with us. Thank you very much, Michael O'Connor, and all the very best. Driver in America is trying to get through to us. You should be on soon, driver. Let's just clear the others quickly. This one from GMAC in the Cayman Islands saying, "Hi, Dervan. My take on Mr. Golding's presentation sounded to me like a good tracing match. A little substance, but it was tracing, which culminated into a disrespectful comment to the House leader. Dean Peart and his brother were never insulted nor treated in that manner. Marky G is sounding desperate," says GMAC in the Cayman Islands. Let's go back to the National Stadium.
two teams moved, which would suggest that there could have been some disturbance, some sound. When one athlete moves, and there's a green card. It's already out. It's already out. It's already out. So this seems to be a
JC's
confirm
heart
of
is
the
in their
disturbance.
throat. Yes, yes.
They were very, very
He
frightened.
was very frightened.
Right. So, and the sound appeared to have come from the outside of the track because the athlete from lane 8 and 6 are the ones who moved.
Who were affected, yeah.
And that was a very quick green. So let's see. So both, I think we have time again for one more. Just roll it back for us. I think we have time for one more. No, they're not yet on their mark. Okay, they've been called to their marks. But it was clear something happened on the outside of the track. 8 and 6 both moved, and the official ran in with the green card right away. He on the outside may have also heard.
Yeah, it seems as if he had heard the disturbance as well, which is why he came out immediately before even some of the athletes went back to their blocks. All right, so the athletes are under the starters' orders, and away they go. St. George's College, they've made the early inroads. Jamaica College, they tried to respond with Manchester on the inside, but it's all St. George's at the moment. Jamaica College, they leave early down the back stretch. Looks like done of St. George's College, but Jamaica College, they respond brilliantly. First exchange made by Jamaica College, but quickly does St. George's, they recover and respond, and they start to put distance between themselves and Jamaica College. The light blue of North Street versus the dark blue of Old Oak Road, and JC in problems. St. George's College at the tier, but here comes Jamaica College. Jamaica College come by, they step past, and they run away with this one. They take the final section in a flash time of 43.71 ahead of St. George's College in second.
All right, so when we look at this replay, our focus, Sharon, is going to be on the last exchange, where JC seemed to have had some trouble doing called it, and St. George's made a keener exchange, but we're going to want to perhaps slow it down on that last exchange just to see what happens. JC crossing the line first, but there was something on that ankle leg, that last change.
My eyes saw that they got it within the zone. Go ahead.
So St. George's in lane 7 after the best start here. They change first, JC next. So we're good. We're good here. Light blue against dark blue. JC closing well here as they come to the second exchange. And JC just ahead at this point. But what a response from St. George's College, SCGC, as we come around the curve. And here's where we're going to find it. So St. George's change made. JC, yes. That green, that yellow line, yellow hook line, is where the outgoing athlete has to have the baton in his hand without the incoming athlete still having it. Safe change from our view.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:31 on Power 106.
It continues to be all smiles at Wellington Dental. We offer dental care for the entire family, including cleaning, filling, whitening, and other dental services. There's wheelchair access and an exciting play area for the children. Wellington Dental, 57 Wellington Street, Spanish Town. Telephone 876-984-5482 or 876-749-3515. Focus on you. Hey, family, friends, passion, joy. We'll focus on you. Focus on life, focus on love, focus on health, and all the above. Imperial Optical is focused on you. Hey, Imperial Optical Jamaica, focused on you. From Tyrus. The Bible Speaks. 30 minutes of vitalizing motivation grounded in the Word of God. The Bible Speaks, showcasing soothing spiritual music from across the world. It's The Bible Speaks with Reverend Dr. Aaron Damas every Sunday from 6:30 to 7 a.m. here on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app. Tune into Power 106 FM for Power and Glory every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Power and Glory with the extraordinary Althea Mackenzie. Join us for the inspired word and reflections, as well as soul-stirring gospel music, every Sunday with Althea Mackenzie from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Power and Glory on Power 106 FM, the Power 106 FM app, One Spot Media, at go-jamaica.com.
Hills get steeper and the pain gets deeper.
You're okay? Hmm? Okay. Thanks a lot for staying with us on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Here's another message before we take a call. Good afternoon, Dervan. The point made by the PM walking out, defending his wife, is supporting the message from the opposition leader's presentation. Let's go to the phone, the call-in lines, 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Francis.
Yes, I already talked about the film walking out. All these things are matters, and I don't think they should have hardship. But that's politics again. These things are done. I'm really sorry now. But the PNP can't just sit down and explore the game. I have to say today, which is a good thing, you know.
Okay.
Rockford mineral bars. It has been closed every now and then for 6 months, 2 years. Who is out in the eastern Kingston Ganset mineral bar? A lot of people need to go there, you know. I mean, you have the old age and the couple used to go there, and it has been closed. I don't remember of Parliament.
What has been closed?
Mineral bar in Rockford.
Oh, Rockford. Okay.
It has been closed every now and then, 2 years, 1 year, 6 months, and so I'm just calling on the authorities. So, for the year of Paul, we'll see if we could look at it and get some other people if you have it. Operation, we need to keep alive and get money in this country.
All right.
Why I call it today is just that the civilian workers, the police department,
The what? Sorry, I have to tell you, the line hasn't been the best, but we have been suffering through it.
All right, hold on. I'm saying to you, are you hearing me now?
Go ahead.
The civilian workers and the police department got a report yesterday that most of them have been given a letter of appointment. So they won't be any longer on our work. And after 16 and 20 years of service without a letter of appointment, some of them just getting the appointment. I did have talk with Dr. Chong about it and get time to help with it. And they got a little retroactivity from January up to when they got the appointment 2 weeks ago. So I'm very happy about that, the civilian workers. And as for the call on all the other ministries and ministers to get workers a letter of appointment so that they can look forward to, what you call a pension sometime. And this has been very long, and I'm thankful for it, from the minister to make some effort. But they didn't call me into a meeting to say, well, all right, we hear you, we heard you echoing over the years. Now we have planned some people, let us meet and discuss it. Nobody, the senior personal officer in the Ministry of National Security, nobody called the union to say, well, this is what we're going to do, because they don't want the union to make any sort of suggestion, because to give a worker $9,000 retroactive after 15 years of service without appointment is not good enough. But anyhow, I'm not quarreling with them now, and hope that all the ministries, all the ministers will now get up out of their seats and remember remember that there are many people. We have the postal agents, called the postmaster generals, called me last week. He wanted a meeting with me to discuss the problem of the postal agents. And I hear the Minister of Finance jumping around on television all about that he's doing this. He's not doing his work good. But if you are going to have a meeting with so many public sector workers, you need to have a list to know so well. Tom Brown down in the postal agency or Mary down in the Ministry of Health at the bottom of the ladder has not been dealt with. And I mean, you can't have an arrangement and you're just closing off when you. So we're asking the minister to hook up himself some more, do a better job. You know, we know he's not trained totally in industrial relations, but he can do a better job. Because so I hope to get a meeting soon with the Postmaster General and to see if we can solve. Because the minute presently speaking with you, sir, the postal agents, most of who work 5 days a week, is still getting below the minimum wage. So we have a meeting with them some months ago. They plan to look at it. So I just tell you that I'm glad to hear that the civilian workers in the police department, most of them, maybe probably over 200, 300 going up, have now received their letter. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for the call. We hope it is worked out in the best interest of those involved.
And I'm glad you made some reply to it. So thank you very much.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Let's go to Driver in America. Good afternoon to you, Driver. How are you? Fine, thanks.
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
I am fine,
Good
thanks.
afternoon to Jamaica, at home and abroad. Just for the Dervan, as far as the government serving the people's business and the quorum, don't you think these parliamentarians need to get over themselves and remember their function, why they're there, and realize it is not all about them?
So that's a timely reminder. As we always say on this program, man's biggest problem is a 3-letter word, EGO. Mm-hmm.
All right, Brother Dervan, perfect. In government, it is said, or in life, it is said, the individual chooses between ego and virtue.
Mm-hmm.
And this predisposition to go with the latter is often a disservice to the individual. It does not serve the individual very well. Why do we not see? And I won't ask it like that because these individuals, they can't get over it. They're just egomaniacs. The people's business takes precedence. And if you need to sit down and let the people's business be taken care of.
All right, sorry. Bear with us. Bear with us for a moment, please. The things are a little dynamic right now because of covering champs as well. So from time to time, we have to go to the stadium.
And I thank you for the feed. You know what I mean? I'm listening. All right, thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks.
They left Manchester with some work to do as well as Homewood Tech. So Heidel and Excelsior. Look on the inside with Homewood Tech making up some ground on this third leg. It's Homewood Tech that hand over first, and Homewood Tech come off the curve with a slight advantage. But Heidel steps to the front on the outside. Excelsior trying to make a late charge for that second automatic spot. Heidel come across the line first. Excelsior may just have gotten in on that second automatic spot. And the clock says 46.60 for Heidel.
Should that be Nastasia Fletcher from Heidel running the ankle leg? Class 3 400-meter champion last year, running the ankle leg on the 4x1 for them. So Gillian, a bit of concern, I think, on some of the exchanges here. Homewood said, don't give me lane 4 again. Get out best of all and catch Manchester High School, hand over first. But at this stage, Heidel in the blue in lane 6 runs past everyone.
Everybody.
Call my very own. Oh, the river gets deep.
Listening once again to one of the current races at the National Stadium in Independence Park, St. Andrew, Jamaica, all a part of Champs 2024. And we thank you very much for joining us, for listening, and for ensuring that the word gets out in terms of the coverage of Champs 2024. So we thank the commentary team and the RGR Gleaner Communications Group for making it happen. And we still, as we said, we want to come back to that story of the lethal infection from Japan spreading at high speed. We want to go back to Driver in America as well to give him an opportunity to complete what he's saying. And we also want to clear our backlog of messages. So we're almost at another break. It's 2:44 p.m. and we should be taking the 2:45 break any moment now. So as we said, the situation is dynamic, and we thank you for your patience and understanding as we try our best to play our part to get you all the information that you need from the areas of interest that you need them, not least of all as it's unfolding here, originating at Lyndhurst Road and going out to the National Stadium and beyond, worldwide. Let's go to the break and come back.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45.
Don't waste time trying to fill prescriptions. Community Meds Pharmacy makes it easy for you. We have the only drive-through pharmacy in Portmore. Get your blood pressure, sugar, cholesterol, HIV, pregnancy, and other tests done. Open Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday and public holidays, 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. Community Meds Pharmacy, Lot 5, Congreve Park, Helsher Main Road. Telephone 740-4962. That's 740-4962. We are convenient and affordable.
I certainly hope that Coach Smythe is resting her. But we know she runs.
Set position.
Okay. Mouchette has just solved that problem for us. Young lady in lane 8 from Mouchette. Even if Shania Douglas is out there, who is their super woman, she probably will not be running. Red card. Again, lane 8 Mouchette has removed any questions for us, Jordan, Chris, and Gillian. We don't even know if Shania. In fact, I think that's Shania who was at the second leg. I see tall with a lot of hair. They're like, Coach Smythe was like, hey, you guys relax.
Sprint factory embroidered on Camperdown's High vest right there in lane 3.
On your mark.
So Mouchette out of this race. Now it's down to 6.
Still going to be very, very competitive. Woolmer's in 7. Jago in 6. St. Mary in 5.
So they're off and running this time. And look at the start from St. Jago in lane 6. St. Mary High trying to get back. And so too St. Andrew. But it is St. Jago with the advantage. Woolmer's girls trying to get back into the picture. Woolmer's girls, they have a powerful quartet as well. But St. Jago still have the lead ahead of Woolmer's girls and St. Mary High chasing. So St. Jago, Woolmer's, and St. Mary. That's the order. And St. Jago storms down the final stretch here. They will not be caught. Woolmer's will have to settle for second. And St. Mary come through for third. 45:33 is a flash time for St. Jago.
Mosquitoes will breed in containers that hold water. Tightly cover water storage containers such as drums, buckets, and tanks, or cover the water surface with cooking oil. Punch holes in all tins, plastic containers, and boxes to prevent the collection of water before disposal. Cover old tires or fill with dirt. Scrub all vases once per week to remove mosquito eggs and dispose of garbage by placing in plastic bags. Do your part to prevent mosquito breeding. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
RJR, Cleaner Group. It's a cross-country invasion.
The RGR Gila Cross Country Sports and Family Fun Day rolls into Port Maria Primary Saturday, March 23 from noon to 6 p.m. Check out the football and netball competitions. Win big in our jingle and dance competitions and live auction of smart TVs, smart watches, and more. To enter, cut out your auction cash from the Gleaner and Star. Experience the fun and excitement at our e-gaming zone, Kiddies Village, mini Olympic challenges, foot pool, mini pool, plus free health checks, and performances by Perry in Christ, Coyote, Zaga, Yiza, D'Angel, Bensley High, TIFA, and Charlie Black. That's the RJR Gleaner Cross Country Sports and Family Fun Day, Saturday, March 23, Port Maria Primary, starting at noon, and it's all FREE free. The RJR Gleaner Cross Country Invasion, 20 years of one nation, one family, is brought to you by Delect Foods, Sunshine Snacks, Guardian General Insurance Jamaica, Honey Bun, Massive Distribution, H&L Agro, H&L Rapid True Value, Inca Jamaica Limited, Recycling Partners of Jamaica, Partners Heart and Health, Caribbean School of Medical Science Jamaica, Vibe Hub, powered by G-Works Interactive Media, and our regional sponsor, the College of Agriculture Science and Education, CASE.
Hills get steeper and the pain gets deeper every day. I'm on a hard road to travel.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Just wanted to give Driver an opportunity to finish the point that he was making before we took the break. Driver?
Hello, yes, Brother Dervan. You hear me?
Yes, hearing you now.
Yes, sir. Yes, so this predisposition to give into ego rather than virtue, the human condition, you know, we see ourselves, we need to demand that, or rather we have seen the results of letting ego rule, you know, as a nation. And how headline grabbing it is that the Prime Minister got up and walked out rather than the focus on the substance of the presentation that the opposition leader would make, you know, and saying that, brother, we the people, we love the cast. We get off on that. That is more, you know, and what does that bring us? We need to demand that these people really attend to the business of letting Jamaica be what it can be, more than, oh, because he walked out to this, that, you know? How can we bring that about? How can we demand that?
From the masses.
From the leadership.
From the
the masses.
Mm-hmm.
You think we think that, you know, we have the mental fortitude to know the difference and to require a more virtuous approach to the governance over our affairs?
Well, I'd like to think that it will continue for some time to come. Actually, unfortunately, it's entrenched as it is now. It's entrenched. A lot of our behavioral patterns and related matters are so entrenched that it's going to be rough to undo what has been done. It's going to take a while, unfortunately.
It has actually been undoing it to the extent that we're almost in crisis mode right now, but there are so many aspects of our society, so many aspects of our nation, you know, and that is what I'm asking. How do we insist that these people exercise virtue over their little petty egotism that they are so predisposed to exercise.
Well, we have to be serious in how we arrive at conclusions, and it does help if it is done in a manner that lends itself to some kind of correction or public. If it well that one you might have to 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 be mindful of, but in terms of naming and shaming. No, what came to mind was naming and shaming, but with that you have to make sure you know what you're doing, lest you be
And you need a certain consciousness, exactly.
right.
Brother Martin Luther King often spoke of the content of one's
Character, yes.
Has humanity got to a point where there's no currency in such?
Yeah, one gets a sense of a sort of a carefree attitude. If I saw the thing said, I know nothing, then everybody knows I saw it go. That kind of an expression. So
This is a resignation then, Brother Dervan. Are we resigned to just accept things as they are? Or it's not even a matter of accepting, just go along with it. But it's said,
yes, there has been some form of collapse in a way, in terms of people just making that conscious decision to move on. Okay, I tried to be this, I tried to be that, we tried to do this, we tried to do that. Well, it's not working out because not everybody is pulling their weight, and you hear that kind of talk, and then it just crumbles.
You know, I was listening to a BBC presentation. They were doing Cambodia. And Vietnam and Cambodia, you know, during the war, these places was like, they were devastated. And to hear these places bounce back now and invest so heavily in, you know, not even, in, the people are so educated where you have a lot of these, you know, Apple and all these places, because of the problems with China, you know, sending their, you know, services to these countries now. And you wonder, are these people so superior to us Jamaicans that they can be investing, you know, having a high-tech industry where all we can sell for is PPO and that kind of thing for all of our bright students, you know, that graduate. And so you see how many of them kids out there calling it and stuff like that, if given a chance, could be, you know, otherwise gainfully employed. And, you know, you understand what I'm saying, Brother Dervan?
Yeah.
What happened? How come those governments got that done? Singapore, one that we like to speak about. How come they did it and we are going in the other direction?
Well,
we're just content, as Jarvis said, to be consumers, you know?
Yeah, unfortunately, the social fabric has been compromised. And
Brother Dervan, I don't want to go there, you know, but it's like I'm even listening to Sudan last night. A young lady, you know, they rapid, you know, the war that's going on there, and the group that's fighting the government, rapid something like that. They used to be the Janjaweed, or the rapid support, something like that. But they're more featuring the Arab support in Sudan. And they were interviewing a 19-year-old young woman, black woman, and she said there's like an attack upon the black. I didn't even realize it was so, that the black Sudanese and the Arab militia, that they are purposely raping and the women as a weapon of war. to take away their dignity. And one of the leaders of the rapid support group actually said that it's like an eye for an eye kind of thing. And I'm saying, brother girl, she said when they came for them, it's like it was she, her auntie, and another sister, and they ran and they catch her and they rape her repeatedly. And eventually she said she never been with a man or not like so. She felt pain and this and that. She went to the doctor said she was pregnant and, was trying to help her abort, And I'm just saying these things, brother, it's not just your Macky Sall down in Senegal, a more progressive society trying to extend its term of leadership, the council. And with all our riches as black people all over the world, Jamaica included, we are back. Sit down about, can't get up, can't evolve, become technological, super. You know what I mean? What's wrong with us, brother Dervan? I look back and it's our leadership. Ego. We drive our pretty car, and the kids going to school overseas, while the masses are not faring very well. We just sit down and generation after generation. When I talk about space Mars, right now there's a black woman, Dr. Jenkins, up in the space station doing geological research. That is where we want to see our people.
Yeah.
But we are just so satisfied sitting down. And we have, whatever, it's not that our people can't do it, because we see, even if we just stay within the Jamaican diaspora, how people excel abroad and stuff like that. And even some of our brothers and sisters at home with the limited resources available. But our leaders, again, because of that choice to be egomaniacs, and even Nigeria, big old Nigeria, just a few weeks ago, how many people got killed because they were auctioning off.
Hold on, let's give you an opportunity to wrap after the break. One moment, please.
Contractors, developers, and small builders. Contact Coast to Coast Group of Companies for high-quality concrete products. The time by Coast to Coast Group of Companies is 3 o'clock.
Buy a bag of Hydro feeds and win a bag of cash in the Farm to Fortune promotion. Buy Hydro, watch your pocket grow. Watch it grow with Hydro. Farm to Fortune, that's the way to go. Win millions and credit for your phone. When you buy your feed from Hydro. Hydro is giving away millions in the Farm to Fortune promotion. Buy any qualifying Hydro feed and text the entry code in the bag for your chance to win. Enter today. Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Public sector workers, are you ready? Registration is now open for the exciting public sector debate competition. Gather your teams and register by March 29. Visit publicsectortransformation.gov.jm for registration details or speak to your HR department. The competition is organized by the Transformation Implementation Unit, building a better public sector for all.
Residents of Trelawney, the Jamaica Customs Agency is coming your way this Friday, March 22, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for Customs Meets the Community, Town on the Community Tour Edition, Rio Buena, Duncans, and Clarkstown. Look out for us. The final stop is in Falmouth. Get info on contactless clearance or new mobile app and all things customs. Trelawney, Friday, March 22, 2024. Customs Meets the Community, reaching our customers where they are.
RJR, Gleaner Group. It's a cross-country invasion.
The RJR Gleaner Communications Group is heading over to its final region in its cross-country invasion tour. Join Power 106 FM on Sunday, March 24 for live coverage of the Region 4 church service during Power and Glory with Althea McKenzie from 9 a.m. to noon. Live from the Constant Spring Church of God, 93A Constant Spring Road, Kingston. This broadcast of Power and Glory is brought to you by national sponsors Delect Foods, your recipe for happiness, Sunshine Snacks, snack under the sun, Guardian General Insurance Jamaica Limited, Live Safe, Live Easy, Honey Bun, Taste the Magic, Massey Distribution Limited, A Force for Good, H&L Agro, Grow, Protect, Harvest, and H&L Rapid True Value. Start right, start here. IMCA Jamaica Limited, the authorized dealers of Caterpillar Equipment, Mobile, John Deere, Metso, and Kalmar in Jamaica. Recycling Partners of Jamaica, we put plastic in its place. Partners Heart and Health, your partners for life. Caribbean School of Medical Sciences Jamaica. CSMSJ, where knowledge meets competence and humanity. And Vibe Hub, powered by J-Works Interactive Media.
just gets deeper, and the pain gets deeper every day. I'm on a hard road.
All right, so we're going to hop over to the National Stadium once again to see what's happening so far for Champs 2024, part of our coverage here on Power 106 FM in this Champs Week. And of course, cross country also on Lots Happening. And we want to give Driver in America the opportunity to just wrap, and then we'll take some more calls and messages as the program progresses. Yes, Driver.
Yes, Brother Dervan, I will wrap with this. Israel in the desert has been an agricultural powerhouse for years. As we know, we send our people here to learn and stuff like that. Yes, Africa, with all its rivers and diverse riches and such. Every minute, famine, right now, Ethiopia, so many places in Africa, famine, and our people dying. In Jamaica, with all our rivers and our rich lands, the best our finance minister can come up with is to try to get to let in agricultural products to address the shortcoming in our agricultural sector. And that is what I say. What's wrong with black people? What's wrong with our people? Our idea of progress is to have a big horse, one evil pack, and show off on one another. We need to really look at attaining national wealth, which will do us all great. We want to worry about investing so much in real estate, how we do right inside that. So when there is enough for more of our people, all our people, educate, to develop, industries. And I will conclude with that. Get over your egotistical selves.
Yes.
One love, brother.
One love to you
For
too.
the chance, you know?
Sure.
All right.
Thank you too. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Stephen Barnes says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. Champs 2024, excitement in the air. Nice. Maybe we should go over to the stadium once again to hear what's happening at Champs 2024.
Meters in, you can see that Excelsior there, hands over first, just ahead of St. Diego, lifting, nice knee lift, coming down straight towards us, running on the outside of the lane as he should, hands over brilliantly again, stepping away, the Excelsior Eagles flying around this curve.
3:30. Oh, you're saying no?
No doubt.
Okay.
In fact, on the anchor leg, it was just a simple, let me just finish this race. He would not be challenged. St. Diego not getting the change done well at all. And here, though both knees have kinesia tape on it, very little pressure put on it. And 41.13, as Spencer told you, viewers and listeners, spectacular time. Petersfield was second in 43.13, Bridgeport 44.90, St. Diego, all sorts of problems, 44.95, and Mono fifth in 45.59.
Far beyond the sea, where there is love, peace and joy for me. Oh, with my eyes I see troubles and danger for me, but destiny, where my destiny leads me, I must go. Yeah. I got a hard road to travel, the rough way to go. Said it's a hard road to travel, the rough way to go. But I can't turn back. My heart is fixed. My heart's laid out. No, I'll never stop. My faith would see me.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. And we apologize for the absence this afternoon. Normally aired at 3:30. Your Legal Corner. Your Legal Corner with U.S. Immigration Attorney Delia Walker Huntington. Your Legal Corner takes a break this week, and that affords the coverage of champs and related matters in keeping with the season we're in right now. Violet White, good afternoon to you. Thank you very much. You're very kind. Thank you. Good afternoon to Velta Wilson. Thank you. Norman Hines, good to have you on board. Inez Ayona Campbell says, sounds like he's on a speakerphone. That's in reference to an earlier call. Gray Shim says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. Greetings from the west sun coast of Sarasota, Florida. Easter coming, but me and Nyam the bun and cheese already. Keep safe. Walk good. You too. Good afternoon, Peter Gracie. Thank you very much for the greeting. All the best. Julia B is online as well. She says, hi, Dervan. You look nice. I hope your day is going well so far. Thank you very much, Julia B. Faye Weller, good afternoon. Sherry Henry, welcome. And all the others. Good to have you on board. And let's not forget those who are on the text line. There's a listener calling us from North Carolina. Let's go to North Carolina. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thanks for calling.
I was listening to your... Yes, sir. I was listening. Thank you for having me. I was listening to your program yesterday. When we were broadcasting from St. Thomas.
Yes.
And I am from St. Thomas. Yeah. And I was listening to a program on the BBC World Service yesterday morning when they were talking about sand being the second most used natural resource, second to water.
Sorry, hold it right there. One moment, please. One moment.
To hand over Kingston College, moving well. St. Catherine High is there. Manchester High on the outside. The rest have some catching up to do. Penultimate handover has Kingston College in the ascendancy. Being chased relentlessly by St. Catherine High. Manchester High wants to nibble at their heels as well. Final handover now off the top end. Kingston College look good. Here comes the St. Catherine High. Where's Kingston College bouncing in a confident manner towards victory. Look at that. That is quite audacious. Wow. 41-83. The flash time for Kingston College officially. It's now 41-85. I think that's Grant anchoring for KC. Excellent form. That inimitable sprint style of his, rocking but still in control and very smooth. That's what Champs is about.
Great start by the lead-off runner from Kingston College, making ground. Good run on the backstretch.
Yeah, Nyron Wade running a blinder down the backstretch, handing off to Bodden on the third leg. They can make this change in their sleep. They've done it so often. Bodden comfortable on the third leg ever since his days at the primary school level. And hands off to Grant, who comes to a canter. The rest of the field trying to get back to him, Jeremy.
Look at that form. It's like a prized horse. He's just
easy
gallop. That's a gallop. Just a steady gallop. Didn't get out of third gear, but still fast. Woo!
That's the
stylish. Yeah, that's.
I gotta tell you, I'm all alone. This lonesome road I roam, I've got no love. Call my very own.
College in 4, Edwin Allen in 5, Calabar 6, Herbert Morrison 7, and Camperdown in 8. That is how they are supposed to be lining up. Let's see who, in fact, has reported for duties. So here we go.
All right, so there they are. We'll be telling you just a tick the schools who have, in fact, reported for this Heat 3 of 4, the Class 2 boys 4x100 meter relay. We're seeing a Greater Portmore there in lane 3. So that's Greater Portmore. They'll be running from lane 3. No Mavis Bank, who should have been in 2. And I'm also seeing Cornwall College in 4. Edwin out there. Here we go. So Herbert Morrison in 7. From out west, Calabar. They have a stunning team as well. Lanes they run from lane 6. This is Edwin Allen lined up in 5. In 4 is Cornwall College from out west. Greater Portmore will run from lane 3. So no Mavis Bank and no Camperdown.
Calabar, the defending champions for this event. Last year they clocked 40.41 seconds. They run out of lane number 6 now. And this, the third and the penultimate heat for the Class 2 boys. Highly competitive affair. And only the winner is assured of a spot in the final. Sent about their business now. Another clean start. Fabulous start by Calabar, ranging up already on Herbert Morrison. Greater Portmore trying to stay in the thick of things on the first handover down the back stretch. Camperdown going at a nippy tempo, being chased by the pair from Western Jamaica, Herbert Morrison and Cornwall College. Greater Portmore has some catching up to do, but Calabar moving fluidly and going away from the pack at this stage. Herbert Morrison chasing, Greater Portmore chasing as well. Calabar off the last handover. Looks supreme. Calabar won't be caught. Not today for sure. Herbert Morrison sprints into second. Calabar gets there. 41.35 the flash time. Officially, it's 41.38 seconds for Calabar, the defending champions, landing heat number 3.
Again, Dwayne, we're seeing where the lead-off runners are great starters and doing a lot of work for the team.
Yeah, putting them into a great position, Calabar. They know that there's no Nicole Bramwell, who anchored them to victory last year, but on the backstretch, last year's Class 3 champion Christopher Ellis gets the baton, makes the adjustments, and starts to speed down the backstretch. What a performance from them, the defending champions. They qualify for the finals. Here we go, Calabar, 41.38, qualify automatically. Herbert Morrison at 42.47, and Edwin Allen 43.35. They'll wait to see if they advance. The winner of each heat advances automatically, and then the next 4 best times.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:16 on Power 106.
Buy a bag of Hydro Feeds and win a bag of cash in the Farm to Fortune promotion. Buy Hydro, watch your pocket grow. Watch it grow with Hydro. Farm to Fortune, that's the way to go. Win millions and credit for your phone. When you buy your feed from Hydro. When you buy your feed from Hydro. Hydro is giving away millions in the Farm to Fortune promotion. Buy any qualifying Hydro feed and text the entry code in the bag for your chance to win. Enter today. Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Residents of Spanish Town and surrounding areas, Cumberland Medical takes care of all your general healthcare needs, including minor surgeries. Open daily, including Sundays and public holidays, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Cumberland Medical, 25 Cumberland Road, Spanish Town. Call 876-619-1105 and 6.
RJR, Dina Group. It's a cross-country invasion.
The RGR Dealer Cross Country Sports and Family Fun Day rolls into Port Maria Primary Saturday, March 23 from noon to 6 p.m. Check out the football and netball competitions. Win big in our jingle and dance competitions and live auction of smart TVs, smart watches, and more. To enter, cut out your auction cash from the Gleaner and Star. Experience the fun and excitement at our e-gaming zone, Kids Village, mini Olympic challenges, foot pool, mini pool, plus plus free health checks. And the performances by Perry in Christ, Coyote, Zaga, Yeeza, D'Angel, Benzi Hype, TIFA, and Charlie Black. That's the RJ Arduino Cross Country Sports and Family Fun Day, Saturday, March 23, Port Maria Primary, starting at noon, and it's all FREE free. The RJ Arduino Cross Country Invasion, 20 years of one nation, one family, is brought to you by Delect Foods, Sunshine Snacks, Guardian General Insurance Jamaica, Honey Bun, Massive Distribution, H&L Agro, H&L Rapid True Value, Inca Jamaica Limited, Recycling Partners of Jamaica, Partners Heart and Health, Caribbean School of Medical Science Jamaica, Vibe Hub, powered by G-Works Interactive Media, and our original sponsor, the College of Agriculture Science and Education, CASE.
Road to trouble, the rough way to go. Said it's a hard road to trouble, the rough way to go. But I can't turn back, my heart is fixed, my mind's made up. No, I'll never stop in my faith. We'll see me through. I gotta tell you, I'm all alone. This lonesome road I roam, I've got no love. Call my very own. Oh, the river gets deeper, the hills get steeper, and the pain gets deeper every day. Yeah. I've got a hard road to travel, a rough way to go. Said it's a hard road to travel, a rough way to go. But I can't turn back, my heart is fixed, my mind's made up.
Not hearing too clearly. I'm sorry. I wasn't. Oh, okay. Okay.
Peace and joy for me. Oh, in my eyes I see troubles and danger for me, but destiny.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. We did announce that there's a listener from North Carolina who wanted to express himself, and he was about to start. We had to make an adjustment and put it on pause for a moment. And so let's see if we can give him an opportunity to complete his thought here on both sides of the story. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Your listeners. Yes, so as I was saying, I was listening to a program on the BBC World Service, and they were saying that sand is the second most used natural resource next to water. You know, in terms of roads and various infrastructure, houses, sand is the second most important thing. So my thing is, as a St. Thomas native, I've seen like the amount of trucks that I used to see coming out of St. Thomas, pulling sand from the Yalas River and the Johnson River, to be specific. You know, going to all different parts of Jamaica, and you know, it took St. Thomas Road millions of years to be completed, and St. Thomas is basically the least developed of all the parishes, or among the least developed of all the parishes in Jamaica. My thing is, that revenue that is being generated from sand, which is, as I said before, the second most used natural resource in the world, where is that revenue going to? Is it going to private individuals? Is the government benefiting from it? You what I mean? So that is what I would like to find out.
Your concern is well placed. It's something we've been discussing for years, actually. The use of material depleting certain areas as well, and with little or no, if any, attempt at restoring or otherwise rewarding or otherwise ensuring that that income that is generated impacts the community and its people. So you're onto something there. There's no question about it. You're onto something.
And it's not about it, the program was specifically centered around Cambodia, where they were saying that Cambodia is running out of sand. But hold on, let me take a pin first. I agree that the mining of sand can become an environmental, concern over time, and I'm all for preserving the environment. But you're saying that Cambodia is running out of sand and many other places in the world. So, is there a way that Jamaica can, in a controlled way, benefit from that shortage of sand? You know what I mean? So, it's just something I've been thinking about since yesterday. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's my concern. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Maybe somebody else who is more learned on the matter can chime in and add something that we could learn from.
Well, you have started something, obviously, and let's see how far we can take it as far as the realities are concerned.
So if you check BBC, you'll see what I'm talking about. They have a program on it. You know what I mean? So maybe we can fill on that and ask some questions. You know what I mean? Because the roads in St. Thomas, they were so damaged and in a dilapidated state that going into Kingston, it used to be a struggle because the trucks will be leaving the quarries with the wet sand in it, and that wet sand will drip on the road, and then the heavy trucks will follow behind it, and that weight will damage the road. But I'm being
Sorry, the quality of the line has deteriorated. Are you still there? Hello?
To see what will happen with this new highway related to trucks and weight and so those are clear.
Sorry.
Yes, I'm still here.
Yes, because we have missed a portion of what you were saying about the wet sand on the road and so on. We for the most part.
Yes, I was saying that the loaded trucks with the wet sand dripping that water on the road, and then the trucks that follow behind, the hundreds of trucks that follow behind, usually contribute to the damage of the road. So I am concerned now that this new highway that they built, how well will it stand up if those loaded trucks keep coming out of St. Thomas with all that water dripping, and if that cycle of road dilapidation will continue? You see what I mean?
Yes. And somebody needs to check up on the scales. Aren't there supposed to be scales to weigh vehicles? Those
I don't even know if they have those in Jamaica. I know that here in America they have a lot of scales that the trucks will have to weigh themselves, but I don't know if there's any between Kingston and St. Thomas where the trucks traverse. I've never seen any. I might be wrong. It's what I mean.
Yes, I've heard and seen. So we do have. I'm not sure. I mean, that they're all functioning or things are happening the way they should be, and maybe with all the roadworks, them in that region, they might have pulled back a bit. I don't know. We'd have to follow up on that. But they've had that. They've had that in out that side, and yeah.
Well, there, but I don't want to hold up more people want to call and contribute to your wonderful program. So I'm just gonna leave that thought with you, and hope somebody else can come and say some more on it. That's what I mean.
Yes.
So thank you very much for having me.
And thank you for the call. All the best.
You're welcome.
Good.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. And this one says, good broadcast, Dervan. I joined late. Well, better late than never. And this one says, listening to your broadcast this afternoon. Seaforth is such a beautiful part of the island. As a young teacher, I had the pleasure of visiting the secondary school in 1976 prior to emigrating to the United States. I spent most of the time gazing out the window at the azure blue Caribbean Sea. I commented to the then principal that coming from Manchester, I would not have been a model student since I would spend my hours transfixed on the beauty of the surrounding environment. It is almost 50 years later, and my fond memories of that visit are still etched in my memory. And she says, neglected to provide my preferred username, Love JA. All right, Love JA, thank you very much for your message and all the very best. Thank you. Let's go to a break now and come back with more on this special edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story.
Help us protect Jamaica's borders. Tell us about any illegal guns coming through customs-controlled areas. Call Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is 3:30. It continues to be all smiles at Wellington Dental. We offer dental care for the entire family, including cleaning, filling, whitening, and other dental services. There's wheelchair access and an exciting play area for the children. Wellington Dental, 57 Wellington Street, Spanish Town. Telephone 876-984-5482 or 876-749-3515. Ricardo Stationery and Office Supplies has all you need for your business. They supply office furniture, printers, stationery, laptops, copiers, back-to-school material, and so much more. Ricardo Stationery and Office Supplies, Lot 144, 16 Marlin Way, Bridgeport, St. Catherine. Call 876-998-0196 or 876-949-2418 for information.
RJR, Dina Group. It's a cross-country invasion.
The RGR Gila Cross Country Sports and Family Fun Day rolls into Port Maria Primary Saturday, March 23 from noon to 6 p.m. Check out the football and netball competitions. Win big in our jingle and dance competitions and live auction of smart TVs, smart watches, and more. To enter, cut out your auction cash from the Gleaner and Star. Experience the fun and excitement at our e-gaming zone, Kiddies Village, mini Olympic challenges, foot pool, mini pool, plus free health checks and performances by Perry in Christ, Coyote, Zaga, Yiza, D'Angel, Benzie High, TIFA, and Charlie Black. That's the RJ Gleaner Cross Country Sports and Family Fun Day, Saturday, March 23, Port Maria Primary, starting at noon, and it's all.
Edwin Allen moving well down the backstretch. Manchester High has catching up to do. So too, St. Mary High. Penultimate handover has Homewood Technical. Moving best of all, Edwin Allen now wanting to step on the accelerator and get closer. They've gone ahead of Manchester High and St. Mary High on the final handover. This is Armstrong, the 100-meter silver medalist, anchoring Edwin Allen to victory, or Trezeguet Taylor coming through there for Edwin Allen and the victory. Homewood back in second, 45.70 seconds. pretty nice ankle leg there from Tracy K. Taylor, the 100-meter finalist. Edwin Allen comes home in 45.73 seconds. Homewood second, 46.05. Manchester High, 47.50. Those top three into the final.
Heart is fixed, my mind's made up. No, I never stop in my bed. We'll see me through. One more day, I dream of home, far beyond the sea, where there is love, peace and joy for me. Oh, in my eyes I see troubles and danger for me, but destiny, where my destiny leads me, I must go. Yeah, yeah. I've got a hard road to travel, a rough, rough way to go. Said it's a hard road to travel, a rough, rough way to go. But I can't turn back. My heart is fixed, my mind's made up. No, I'll never stop. My faith will see me through. Oh, help me somebody. Help me somebody. Somebody please.
All right, let's take a look at this message sent to us by GMAC in the Cayman Islands, or by Spider, otherwise known as Horace, to GMAC in the Cayman Islands. So Horace says, GMAC, years ago I was going about my business when I saw two young men fighting. I managed to part the fight, and I told the aggressor that I'm going to tell his mother. The aggressor friends was there, yet no one tried to stop the fight. You know what? The young man tells his mother that I beat him for nothing and tell him bad things about his mother. And you know that his friends back up his argument, even though they were there and saw everything that happened, just that I didn't have a camera to video what actually takes place. Unlike what happens in our parliament with the walkout, we saw everything what happened, but still some parliamentarians say something else about what happened. It's frightening to think how stupid some of these politicians and so-called political commentators think we are. Thank you very much for your message, Horace, otherwise known as Spider, in response to GMAC in the Cayman Islands. Cuban in Georgia says, good afternoon, Sir Malcolm. In my opinion, bauxite is more important to stop selling our raw material to the foreign powers to make vehicles and aircraft and other metal products and manufacturing them in Jamaica, and stop selling our raw material to the world market, in which we get little or no return at the moment. Thank you for your message, Cuban in Georgia. Here's a follow-up from Driver in America. He says, economic growth in Cambodia contributing to the need for sand for booming construction and dreadful environmental fallout. Good to focus on same as it affects Jamaica per South Carolina caller's concern. Indeed, Driver in America, you're onto it. Thank you very much for sharing that message with us and for carrying the discussion forward. And in the meantime, we remind you, you're getting a combination of programs and links and communication because we're covering. Well, let's go to the National Stadium and pick up some of the action.
Outside, we have got St. Jago, Heidel, and their captain, Alia Baker on the backstretch. Wilmers trying to stay close. St. Catherine High have some catching up to do at this stage. Heidel now. And St. Jago. Wilmers just behind them. St. Catherine High and the Camperdown left behind. On the last handover now. This is Heidel from Wilmers. Heidel from Wilmers. St. Catherine High finishing fast. Heidel coming under tremendous pressure now from Wilmers. Who overtakes Heidel. Comes away for the win. And it is St. Catherine High back in third. 45.37 the flash time. Scorching ankle leg there. 45.40 the official time now. Wilmers ahead of Heidel in 45.57 and St. Catherine High for third in 46.31.
Great time by Wilmers, extra.
Yeah, great time by them, but they managed to escape disaster. They didn't escape, they didn't give some cook relays. Great start from them. Abigail Wolf on the backstretch went to work, caught up to Alia Baker, who tried to get through this round easy as possible. And she stormed down the backstretch. The same issue Wolmers had at the Gibson McCook relays, a slow second exchange, which allowed Heidel to get away from them. But Heidel is smooth with it right now, taking it very easy. Wolmers changing first. Heidel in front, but Michaela Gardner now goes into full flight and reels Heidel in to give Wolmers the first spot. They get through, so too does Heidel. There's a flag on the ankle leg.
Yes, Heidel, I believe, stepped out.
Yeah,
stepped
very close
onto the inside lane, so they could be in trouble. And so here we go. For the time being, Wilmers at 45.40, Heidel 45.57, St. Catherine 46.31. And those three advance automatically. St. Jago at 47.3 should also be into that final.
Yeah, and interesting you said she stepped on the inside, but this was before the baton was handed over. Right.
Yeah, I saw it and I did not see any infringement. Right. But it's naked eye. So
I think Spencer's eyes fully clothed with his glasses.
I mean, at this stage, there should not be any form of disqualification because it's top three.
Yeah.
Next two fastest times.
And you saw
there's
the
no pressure.
Yeah, the athlete's going full tilt. I think if you realize that it's top three, your team is in a heat with four other teams.
Right.
You're that good. I think Wolmers panicked a little on their second exchange, like they didn't give some good relays. They will have to fix that. Abigail Wolf will run a storm of a backstretch, but they just have to trust the athlete that is coming in, trust the coaches, trust the steps that you've taken, and it will all be fine. The final, though, that's a different kettle of fish. That's a different mixture.
And again, the change of the rule with the takeover zone being extended to 30 meters makes it easier for athletes to just be safe in terms of their passing.
Yeah.
And there's no reason for any athlete to get their team in a bad position.
And the margin of error is so much greater for them. You can slip up and make a mistake and still recover.
And if you're vying for championships, those relay points are absolutely important.
Crucial. These relays can swing championships. We've seen it in the past where you move from first to third. Just one relay. And it's the work that happens in the relay that makes it so interesting. I remember, and I think back to that year 2010 when Calabar had no finalists in the 100, none in the 200 class one, that was none in the 400, but they still came out and won the 4x1. And what was most important, there was no Wolmers in that race. So teams are aware that these relays, whether it's the medley relay, whether it's the 4x1, the 4x4s, they count for big points.
The relay is not only about speed, about synergy and practice.
Yeah, and you talk about synergy. There's one team that's here. I mean, there are many others, but there's one team that stands out to me in terms of synergy, and that's the Immaculate 4x1 team. They're class 3 team. They've been running together since first year class 4. Well, class 4, first year class 3, and it almost seems as if they can do this with their eyes closed or with blindfolded. So efficient, so smooth, and that's what you have from the great teams of the years gone by. The Calabar Dream Team, which would have been together for such a long time. They own records. Edwin Allen with the
I was about to say Edwin Allen over the years.
Yeah.
With that Dream Team. the sisters.
Yeah,
Cleaner.
All right, so we have a feature on Alphonsus Davis, so we're going to be showing you that, formerly Spalding High.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, as we continue to bring to you highlights of, or I beg your pardon, live coverage of Jams 2024 inside the National Stadium in Independence Park, St. Andrew, Jamaica. We trust you've been enjoying the coverage and also listening out for our callers and checking our messages just to make sure that you still have your say even when we're doing a special edition of Both Sides of the Story here on Power 106 FM. So for example, here's Venus. Venus says, "Good day, Dervan. I am sure many other Jamaicans are waiting on Mr. Golding to say how he will find the money to give $3 million relief per year. Instead, he used the stage to attack Mrs. Holness and her husband. We still need to know, Mr. Golding, where you are going to find the money to give the relief. He couldn't do so used the stage to attack Mrs. Holness, who is a bright and qualified woman. Thanks, listener." Well, the listener here is a regular listener, Venus, and that's her perspective on a debate, a discussion, an argument that has been going on for at least a couple of days right now. So another moment, another cool it moment to say to people, just cool it, take it easy, and let's reason. Let us reason. Let's go to the break.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:45. Walk into Marjan's Pharmacy and feel better. The service is clearly different. They offer pregnancy, blood sugar and blood pressure tests, over-the-counter and prescription drugs. They accept all major health, debit and credit cards with discounts on all cash prescriptions. Call Marjan's Pharmacy 876-703-6335.
Welcome to the new dimension in eye care, the Optical Zone, offering exceptionally comfortable eyewear. We fill prescriptions and do eye examinations. This complete optical store is conveniently located at Shop 14, York Plaza, Halfway Tree. Telephone 929-8656. The Optical Zone, providing vision for life. Join your favorite nighttime show, Dear Pastor, with Reverend Dr. Aaron Damas, Monday to Thursday from 9 to 11 p.m. Call in or text in and have great discussions with Dear Pastor as we exchange views on a range of subjects. That's Dear Pastor with Reverend Dr. Aaron Damas, Monday to Thursday from 9 to 11 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM, the Power 106 FM app, and go-jamaica.com. Tune into Power 106 FM for Power and Glory every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Power and Glory with the extraordinary Althea McKenzie. Join us for the inspired word and reflections, as well as soul-stirring gospel music every Sunday with Althea McKenzie from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Power and Glory on Power 106 FM, the Power 106 FM app, One Spot Media, at go-jamaica.com.
Somebody please.
Before I forget, one of our listeners has asked us to bring to the public's attention, if it hasn't already been brought forward, and that is raw sewage on the road in the vicinity of in the where's that area now? That's in the Kasha. Let's just say, in general terms, the Kasha Park area, but the section of the roadway that is Red Hills Road, there's raw sewage on the roadway eating away at the surface and creating quite a hazard. I gather in the rains, was it yesterday? It was raining in the corporate area, and people getting splashed and so on. So the addition, the rain mixing with the effluent, not good at all. So we trust the NWC is on it, and or hopefully by now it has been resolved or fixed or repaired. Whatever the situation, National Water Commission, NWC, perhaps you are in a position to get to work on that problem right away. And we trust the word is getting out even as we speak. So it is quite a mess. And we trust that the matter will be resolved in short order. It's been that way apparently for has it been a week yet, or close to a week? It's been like that. So over to the National Water Commission, NWC, to get a team going on that fault, that problem that we're seeing on the road network in the vicinity of the Kasha Park area and Red Hills Road. It's quite a mess. Please, let's see how quickly we can get it. We can restore the surface to its best state. So there we go. We were asked and we have obliged. So to the lady and the gentleman who brought the matter to our attention. I mean, apart from the obvious, but in terms of just trying to get the word out and to get the NWC going. And so we trust that we will have the repairs done and the road surface restored, so that people can go about their business without having to be hop, skipping, and jumping as far as the sewage on the roadway is concerned. So once again, that's the area of Kasha Park and Red Hills Road. So we trust that the matter will be dealt with. In the meantime, let's continue with more here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Once again, apologies for the absence of Your Legal Corner this week with U.S. Immigration Attorney Delia Walker Huntington. All things being well, Your Legal Corner with Delia Walker Huntington will return next Thursday. Till then, stay tuned and stay with us here on Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Just checking the schedule here. It's been quite a lot of work so far in terms of the start of Champs 2024, and there's more. It's still a lot to come. And good afternoon and special greetings to the volunteers and all those who continue to pour into these impressionable student athletes and those who continue to literally and figuratively pour into champs to provide an international atmosphere to a homegrown affair. Isn't that something? And so we continue with more of your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. And we're still keeping an eye out for any other developments in relation to Champs 2024. And we still would like to keep in mind and bring to public attention, for those who haven't seen it yet, the story about the lethal infection from Japan spreading at high speed. There is a deadly infection originating from Japan that is spreading rapidly. The disease, known as streptococcal toxic shock syndrome, STSS, has a fatality rate of 30%. According to recent reports by The Guardian in the UK and Japan's National Institute of Infectious Diseases, NID, the number of cases this year is expected to exceed the total number of outbreaks last year, causing significant concern within Japan. Preliminary figures from the NID indicate that there were 941 cases of STSS last year, and already in the first 2 months of this year, 378 cases have been reported. In particular, cases of infection have been confirmed in 45 of Japan's 47 prefectures. STSS is caused by pyogenic streptococcal bacteria and is classified as a high risk in the elderly group. It has emerged that about a third of patients under 50 who were diagnosed with STSS last year, or 21 people, died, raising foremost concerns among the younger population. STSS is known primarily as a bacteria that causes sore throats in children and is highly contagious. So that's something to take note of and act accordingly. As we continue with more on your program, both sides of the story, Power 106 FM, Charles Clinton says, Dervan, when someone pays you a compliment, you sound so dismissive when you say you're very kind. It's actually a friendly expression. Believe you me, it's a friendly expression, Charles Clinton. So you could respond in one of two ways. You could beat your chest and say, yes, you hear that? Or you humbly say, thank you. Thank you very much. You're very kind. So whatever works for you, Charles Clinton. Thank you very much for your input as we continue and keep an ear out for what is to come as far as Champs 2024 is concerned. and it's a lot to take in and a lot to cover. And so right now, based on our schedule, let's see, coming up to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and that means we should be having the javelin decathlon, and followed by the 4x1 Class 1 boys preliminaries, as well as the long jump Class 4 girls final. And by 4:20, we should get around to high jump Class 2 boys preliminaries. And then we'll have the next set of races will be the 800 meters from about 4:41 p.m. until, it will go a little while, up to 7 o'clock in the evening. And the last of the presentations will follow after 8 o'clock. So still a lot of ground to cover as far as champs is concerned. In the meantime, we're giving you a mix of matters to contend with here on both sides of the story. Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. More in a moment.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4 o'clock.
Residents of Trelawney, the Jamaica Customs Agency is coming your way this Friday, March 22, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for Customs Meets the Community, Town on the Community Tour Edition. Rio Buena, Duncans, and Clarkstown. Look out for us. The final stop is in Falmouth. Get info on contactless clearance or new mobile app and all things customs. Trelawney, Friday, March 22, 2024. Customs Meets the Community. Reaching our customers where they are.
I've got a hard road to travel, a rough way to go. Said it's a hard road to travel, a rough way to go. But I can't turn back. My heart is fixed, my mind's made up. No, I'll never stop in my faith. We'll see me through. I gotta tell you, I'm all alone. This lonesome road I roam, I've got no love. Call my very own. Oh, the river gets deeper, the hills get steeper, and the pain gets deeper every day. Yeah. I've got a hard road to travel and a rough way to go. Said it's a hard road to travel and a rough way to go. But I can't turn back. My heart is fixed, my mind's made up. No, I'll never stop in my faith. We'll see me through. One more thing, I dream of home, far beyond the sea, where there is love, peace and joy for me. Oh, in my eyes I see troubles and danger for me. trouble.
Great.
The rough, rough way to go.
Oh,
Said it's a hard road to trouble.
thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. They're on a break inside the National Stadium for Champs 2024. And so we are going to just clear a few messages. Here's Horace, otherwise known as Spider. He says there's also raw sewage on Waltham Park Road in front of East Road for months now. Oh dear. It's most unfortunate. Well, you brought it to our attention. Over to the authorities. And here's a call coming through on our text line, same as the WhatsApp number. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Yes, sir, Malcolm, how you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm all right so far. Just not now on the fair here, right, huh?
What's that?
Hello? Oh, I hear one man on the, them up him on the news that the next man said, go ahead, the Prime Minister fire you. So I didn't know the Prime Minister fire you.
Mm-hmm.
Hello? So, quick question for you on a serious note. When this big man and woman in the parliament who supposed to take care of the nation business go and act like adults?
Go on.
No, may I ask a question? When they will start act like adults?
Oh, when they're going to start to act like adults. When some significant action is taken, whether in the form of professional discipline or otherwise.
Yeah, but see, the problem is the people who for discipline them, you know, them control the people, you know, so there's a problem there. If you're in charge of me, you know, me have a scare how me I do it, you know. I know we can have some serious repercussions. It might not happen publicly, but behind the scene, things will happen, so I have to be careful.
Yeah.
So I want a system in place that when whatever action taken against who misbehave themselves, there's nothing can be done about it. You just have to work with the action.
Yeah, I think we had touched on this issue, not specifically down to a T, but in terms of the general discussion at the time, where we were essentially saying, look, there are supposed to be a series of whether policies or programs or other forms of initiatives to keep in line those who are in certain positions, just to ensure that they're being kept in line and action being taken where necessary to ensure that people don't just get away with something for the sake of getting away with it or otherwise, but that where penalties must apply, or where penalties are due, then they must be applied. We can't be saying two things. Sorry, go ahead.
And then the problem is, you're not the first to do it.
Well, that's even worse.
Yeah, that means they don't care.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know how they're going to get it right. And the next thing again, I hear on a program where the ruling that happened in Vice Cartel with the DPP lady when he go to prison, and the ruling that come back from England. I heard somebody on talk show saying that people are disrespect her because
people disrespecting what? People disrespecting what or who?
No, the DPP lady there.
Mm-hmm.
Some people on social media are saying some things, and I hear some argument that people are disrespecting
Careful.
her, and if she was an high-collar woman, they wouldn't have much to say. I don't see it that way. How I see it, if you was given a job to carry the last right away, and you do something and it was error on your side, remember now, once in public life and you do something that out of the norm, people weren't talking. And it's not that them are disrespect you, it's just that them not compatible with what take place. Because remember now, see him now go for him, he go for all away,
Mm-hmm. And this is it. This is where we have to emphasize that it's one law. One law.
Yeah.
That has to be emphasized, and it has to be felt. It has to be felt, and people feel that sense that yes, we have to fall in line and make the most and do our best, make the most of the situation, do our best, and make our fellow Jamaicans proud. Yes.
Yeah, just because you mean a compatible certain things, people must just say, right, make it go. That's not how it works, because you never know where a person go through until you find yourself in that shoes.
Yes.
So I hope them get it right, especially the politicians, because them are the man and woman who give the authority to run the nation affairs. And we want them to get it right. But you see, them our system that say when you're upset, you can't just say anything come your mouth.
Not at all, especially as former Prime Minister P.J. Patterson once said, when you occupy certain positions, you give up freedom of speech. So you're not free to just run your mouth like that. Mm-hmm.
So when they resume to them duty now, we're gonna keep them in check and make sure that this never happen again.
Well, those who are in charge of the day-to-day operations of these agencies, departments, and ministries.
Okay. So they're gonna make sure it don't happen again.
I don't know. I didn't hold any conversation with anybody on that score.
All right, so it's a wait and see game.
Well, something happens. There's a call for some kind of correction, and you get the correction, and it remains to be seen after that if it's just a one-off situation, or it is in fact continuing, because that's another thing, what we call the 9-day wonder. That's another thing.
So what we're going to do right now, we're going to wait and see, and if it happens again, I'm going to call you and say, you see, they don't learn from their first mistake, or second mistake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but people,
so let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
All right, boss.
Thanks for calling. Take care. Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. Orinthia Campbell says, hello, Mr. Malcolm. Hello, Orinthia Campbell. Thank you very much for your message. And we're going back to the stadium. We're good to go again inside the National Stadium. Champs 2024. Let's listen.
Wilmers as well, blazing down the backstretch. Edwin Allen in business as well. Wilmers. Excelsior and Wilmers locked in battle. Final handover now It will be decided between Excelsior and Wolmer's. Not much between them, but Excelsior inches ahead now. Excelsior will get there ahead of Wolmer's. Cornwall College storms into third. 40:69 the flash time. For Excelsior officially, it's now 40.70 seconds. And Wolmer's second, 41:06. Cornwall third.
So that is how they finished up. Excelsior, the Eagles, soaring to victory in semi-final 2.
The hot favourites, the title of champs this year, Wolmer's with AZ McGregor on the first leg, blitzes the first exchange. Gary Carr down the back stretch. He puts some distance between himself and the 100-meter champion, the Moore Miller. But Excelsior, full of quality. They change second, but they run the entire exchange zone and they get ahead of Wolmer's. Wolmer's on the outside trying to make an inroad to Excelsior, but Lennon Green on the ankle leg has safe pair of hands. He bounds away from Wolmer's. Mark Phillips, their long jump finalist, trying to get back to Lennon Green, but this Excelsior team is so supreme that they canter into the final. Looking around, Wolmer's with their 41.06, we'll be hoping that that's fast enough to get to the next round. But Excelsior, impeccable qualifying.
Certainly, Excelsior 40.70 to win this semi-final. And the Wolmer's boys 41.06. And wait to see if that time is good enough to advance. But certainly, Excelsior have booked their ticket into the final. So he 3 of 4 now. St. Listed School, St. Catherine, Bustamante, St. George's College, St. Jago High, Stets in 7, and Robert Lightburn will travel from lane 8.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:15.
Join us weekdays from 6 to 8 p.m. for
How
Power
long is
Play,
this break?
Power 106 FM's flagship program dedicated to the world of sports.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Power Play. My name is Cliff Williams.
Power Play with Cliff Williams, focusing on everything sports in Jamaica and around the world. Make sure to tune in to Power Play, providing invigorating sports analysis and discussion, weekdays from 6 to 8 p.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
That's the Conquerors, St. Catherine High. Those are the schools who will go in the 3 of 4.
Already we have seen Calabar winning in 40.53 and Excelsior 40.70. St. Jago, one of the Gibson relays, clocked 40.45. They run out of lane number 6 here, hoping to produce a similar or even better performance. The set position, sent on the way. Clean start, St. Jago. Up there early, St. Elizabeth Technical, St. George's College in there as well. On the first handover, it is St. Elizabeth Technical from St. Jago. St. George's College eating up ground down the backstretch. Penultimate handover.
Yeah, St. Jago got out to a good start, but St. George's College on the inside, trying to stay with them Stets. Car on this team. Bad exchange for St. Jago with Kinnock down the back stretch. Kawain Kelly runs a mean third leg for them. He gets going, put them into a great position. And Gibson had to do it again this time. Omari Officer of St. George's on the third leg, storms back for them. Kelly in the lead, Stets on the outside. And St. George's College slow through the exchange. And it's a blockbuster three-way battle between Jago Stets and St. George's. St. George's trying to get the edge on St. Jago, but the Gibson McCook relay winners will not be denied. They take the top spot ahead of St. George's.
So excellent running there by St. Jago, 41-02 to win the semi-final 3 and book their ticket to Saturday's final. St. George's.
Far beyond the sea, where there is love, peace and joy for me. Oh, in my eyes I see it. Troubles and danger for me, but destiny, where my destiny leads me, I must go. Yeah, yeah. I got a hard road to travel, the rough way to go. Said it's a hard road to travel, the rough way to go. But I can't turn back. My heart is fixed, my mind's made up. Though I'll never stop, my faith would see me.
Out there. Ran gingerly in the class 100 meter final last night. Finished 7th. There is Chris Scott.
Baton in hand.
Maybe holding them back for the finals.
It's Bridgeport. From out west, Herbert Morrison carrying the hopes of Western Jamaica in this semi-final 4 of 4.
Gentlemen, not seen Steertown.
No Green Island as well.
And 40.96 at GC Foster College.
Omar and Brian jogged at the 100 meter final last night, so certainly he's injured. Over to Spencer Darlington.
Kingston College, the defending champions for this event, 40.01 last year. What will they deliver now in the final heat?
Ooh. And
so disappointed.
Meadowbrook
in 8.
Looking like a clear culprit. And they'll waste no time in giving him his marching orders. And that rule is tough, but it's even tougher when it comes to the relays, when you have the responsibility of starting for your team and sending them off, and then an entire team gets kicked out because of your infraction. So, in the 4x1, the starter whoever is starting for the team has that extra responsibility of waiting on the gun. So very tough.
That's why the lead leg is important.
Yeah. It will be tough facing his teammates after this. Yeah. So, Spencer Darlington with the call.
We are left with 4 teams now. This time, they are away. For sure, Kingston College got a flyer. Jamaica College somehow worked as alert at the start. Down the backstretch now. Kingston College on the pedal. Jamaica College. Herbert Morrison, Bridgeport as well. Penultimate handover. Kingston College have the bit firmly between their teeth. They're being chased relentlessly by Jamaica College. Herbert Morrison coming up on the inside on the final handover. They've got to get back to Kingston College, can they? Jamaica College closing the gap all this time. Fast and furious. Kingston College from Jamaica College. And Herbert Morrison, a storming anchor leg there from Daly. Kingston College, though, getting the nod at 40.70. Jamaica College back in second, 40.98. And then Herbert Morrison third, 41.03.
Drama at the start to it. Obviously, the Jamaica College athlete did not hear the gun.
Yes, Scott didn't react to the gun. Well, he reacted, but he seemed to have stopped midway. And this puts Jamaica College in a massive deficit. Kingston College, though, they're not bothered. They stormed down the back stretch with a 10-meter gap.
Excellent changes, might I add.
Yeah, clean changes from Kingston College. No Uri Lawrence Clark in this team, but they still managed to get through the win. And they well away from the field. Credit to Jamaica College, though.
Definitely.
Massive running from them. Almost desperate to get back to the front. And they changed the same time as Herbert Morrison, who was down in third, and DeAndre Daly's running a stormer. They tried to get back to Kingston College. With what happened at the start, credible performance to Jamaica College, but Kingston College hold on for the win. With Jamaica College in second, exchanges, and DeAndre Daly running through for third.
But I can't turn back. My heart is fixed. My mind's made up. No, I'll never stop in my faith. We'll see.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on this special edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, giving you a bit of what's happening at Champs 2024 at the National Stadium in Independence Park, St. Andrew, Jamaica. And also still taking into account your calls and your messages. The regular numbers to call, 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. And the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. Calvin is in North York, Ontario, Canada, in touch with us as usual. Horace, otherwise known as Spider, says 2 shops have to close because of it, meaning, well, he's referencing here the sewage running on the road surface in the vicinity of Red Hills Road and Kasha Park area. Here's a message from the listener who goes by the moniker Father Lee. He says, good day to you, Sir Malcolm. Every time I saw cane cutters cutting canes in the fields, it brings back sad memories. Based on history, Jamaican planters began to cultivate sugar in the latter half of the 17th century. The plantation system relied on enslaved labor, and the island imported almost 1 million captive Africans in total. Up to last year, I had a conversation with one of the cutters, and when he told me how he's paid, the amount to be paid, and how much he's paid, I do believe that slavery still exists. Message coming from Father Lee. Thank you very much, Father Lee, for your message, for sharing that bit of information with us. Cuban in Georgia says, Sir Malcolm, of the $1.3 trillion budget, it's amazing because only 80 million will go towards social programs. For example, the Spark program to fix roads, 40 million. So we are only left 40 million for education, agriculture, healthcare, and other basic needs. How can this 40 million stretch to cover the rest of basic needs of the Jamaican people? It can't work. There's no care for transportation. There is a big gap in the 2024 budget. We're in serious trouble, as Ralston Hyman warns every day on his show. Sir Malcolm, I can't believe this government took a 300% increase for itself, promising better governance and more transparency and qualified people. So what that walkout of Parliament is about? Isn't this gross negligence on the part of government to walk away from the people's business? I believe the people's business is more important than any individual in the parliament, the government should be held accountable for their actions on Tuesday. Another message from the same source from Cuban in Georgia saying the raw sewage problem is a perennial phenomenon and it's going for decades. But over time, the sewage problem has gotten worse. It's also a health hazard. How can the Water Commission, through government, give some urgent attention to this fundamental problem? And the last of the thread of messages from Cuban in Georgia, Sir Malcolm, how much money is the budget for sports maintenance of our stadium and other sports facilities? That's information that should be easily had through the Access to Information Act. You should be able to get that information from one of the requisite ministry, department, or agency. And so that's where we're pausing right now, and we get ready for another break here on both sides of the story.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30.
RJR, Dina Group. It's a cross-country invasion.
The RGR Glina